Consider functions f of x is the square root of 4 minus x, and g of x is 1 over x squared. We want to determine the exact value of g of f of negative 5. G of f means that the function f is done first, followed by g. And we have negative 5 going in at this end. So if negative 5 goes into f, we have 4 take away negative 5 under the square root. So that's 4 plus 5, which is 9. So the square root of 9 is 3, so 3 comes out here. That then goes into g, which is 1 over x squared. 1 over 3 squared is 1/9. We now want the domain for f of g of x. F of g of x means that g is done first, followed by f. When we look at f, we know that the values of x that go in here are going to need to be less than or equal to 4. So we need x is less than or equal to 4 here, because if it was more than 4, we'd have a negative under the square root. So we need values that go into g to only give us these values, and g is 1 over x squared. So in other words, we need 1 over x squared to be less than or equal to 4. Rearranging, that means that x squared is greater than or equal to a quarter, and that happens when x is less than or equal to negative a half, or when x is more than or equal to a half. So we can say that x would be a real, x is less than or equal to negative a half, and x is greater than or equal to a half. Finally, we want to explain why g is not a one-to-one function. We could use an example to explain this. For example, g of negative 2 is 1 over negative 2 squared, which is a quarter, and g of 2 is 1 over 2 squared, which is also a quarter. And that tells us that it is many to 1.